I'm experiencing issues with sending and filling options orders on Tasty Trade. Specifically, when I send buy to open trades via webhook, the broker receives them incorrectly as buy to close. Similarly, sell to close orders are being received as sell to open.
Hmm.
So this is something I think we talked about last week or the week before, which has to do with how options the settings that you can have for options within TradersPost.
Yeah,
And
you
I thought
kind
it
of
might
have to
be
think backwards on this. So go ahead, Tom, unpack this part of the documentation.
so the just to read here, the if you're when you're trading options, there's this whole we all know when you're buying or selling a share what that means, but then there's buying and selling a call and a put that also has a different dynamic, right? So the user, you might be thinking, is one type of user who thinks to themselves, I don't care about the directional bias of the thing I'm buying. If I'm buying something, is because I'm buying it, and if I'm selling it, it's because I'm selling it. Whereas in the option space, buying, you can be buying to express that the price will go lower, and you can be selling to express that the price might go higher. There's all kinds of complexity that happens there, and in order to account for these different types of ideas, the different types of perspectives users might have, we have this part in the documentation that talks about the options types. So specifically, if you're setting the setting to both, that'll allow you to when you're buying calls when bullish, and buying puts when bearish. If it's set to call, you buy calls when bullish and sell calls when bearish. And when you have puts set, you're buying puts when bearish and selling puts when bullish. And so the you get to decide which one of these settings. You get to decide how you're thinking about these options. If it's just about getting in and out of the position, or if you're expressing directional buys with your position, and then the orders will make sense when you're sending it to the broker. But as Cam, our superstar support member, likes to tell people, try practice this out, send out the undo the auto submit for the trades, see what the actual trade plan will set up and what you're going to get, and wrap your head around it, because under the best of circumstances, people find it difficult to understand options. I don't know if you've seen this.
Yeah,
People get so twisted. We're not even talking about writing options at this point. Like,
right.
you have to you can write options, you can buy options, and there's all kinds of different risks that are implied with it. So don't you need to test out your signal beforehand and see, is what I'm sending corresponding to exactly what is happening in the trade plan in TradersPost before you actually execute those orders at your broker.
I think that's always good advice. We always recommend using a paper account. You're more than welcome to send through test requests within your webhook as well to see how the trade would actually get executed. By disabling auto submit, that also gives the ability to see how we would have constructed the trade with your broker before it even goes there. So in case you don't have a paper account or the ability to set up a paper account for some reason, you'll have the ability to at least see what's going to happen before it gets sent. In this case, we get it. We understand why it feels like our system is backwards, because in effect, you're trying to buy a put, but we're trying to take the sell signal in order to buy a put. And the reason for that is because of the nature of how our alerts come from TradingView. So if you're trading the underlying strategy for SPY and converting that into options contracts, well, you're going to have a buy signal to go long and a sell signal to go short. We want to take that sell and turn it into a buy put contract. So that's partly why you have to think backwards on this.